You know, I'm not even going to do a full intro. Like, we're all happy, smiling in that intro, and those are good times. I'm not even going to do the intro.
I'm not going to lie, bro. It's a good job I got my whereabouts and realised that we were actually live, because I thought I was about to say something there.
No, I saw the top left and thought, oh,
yeah.
We just lost 3-2 to Arsenal, and again, Arsenal aren't a rubbish team by any stretch of the imagination.
No, they're not. You have to give them credit. You have to give them credit. I'm not going to do that whole. One thing I don't want to do is take away any credit from them. We've got our own issues. We've got issues as to why we conceded. We're getting to that. We've got our own issues, but I'm not going to take away credit from them.
They played that well, to be honest.
No, here's the thing. They didn't play amazing, but you know what it is though? They've done enough to beat us.
All their goals are our fault, and that's not me being sorry or anything. I'm not going to sit here and praise Arsenal. They didn't really do anything. We shot ourselves in the foot.
No, but they've done enough. We didn't.
Their game management was better than us.
Yeah, they've done enough.
We didn't do nothing. We didn't do nothing in second half. Like, Nunez was. But anyway, we're getting to it. Yeah.
Matt, what's your thoughts on the game?
I'll be honest. Just quickly, we started really well. Well, I say started really well. We didn't. We conceded. Formation-wise, I was happy. We conceded, and I was like, "What's going on here?" We kept with it. We stayed with it. We got back in the game. Obviously, we went to go down again. Then we got back into it again. I thought, "There's something here, you know. We can do something here, you know." Klopp's being brave. Yes, the goals we conceded were poor, but when we attack and we attacked with purpose, we caused problems. Firmino was obviously a substitution that we didn't want to make, but we had to make it because Diaz got injured. But I'm going to be honest, it all fell apart when Klopp and Pep Linders decided to do up Sunderland like 2012. It didn't make no sense to me. Like, I'm seeing, whether it's 4-2-4 or 4-4-2, I saw Harvey at left midfield, I saw Henderson right midfield. Whether they were trying to be midfielders or forwards, I don't know. Nunez was starving at the end of the game. It all went wrong. He took off Diaz. He took off Jota. He took off Salah. It was all a mess. It started so well. When I say started so well, I know we conceded, but what I mean is like, when we got back into the game, I thought there was something there to be had, and we kind of just threw it away in the second half, and that's the most annoying thing. And I know we can all talk about, you know, owners and whatnot and whatever, but we can only talk about today. And what's happened today, in my opinion, is just my opinion. No one, you know, people can disagree, whatever. Management made a bad decision in terms of tactically how we were supposed to deal with the adversity, and we didn't know how to cope, and it looked like we ran out of ideas. And for me, running out of ideas is playing Harvey Elliott left midfield and Jordan Henderson right midfield. That means something's not right there. You've run out of ideas how to deal with the situation. You've gone from Salah and Diaz, and albeit Diaz got injured, and you put Jota there, to now Harvey Elliott and James and Henderson. Yeah, there's a lot to answer for, Cal. I'll break it down in the player ratings, but I'm not happy in terms of how we should have hit back at Arsenal and how we could have potentially won the game.
Drift, your thoughts?
So apologies, I'm just making sure my bet's still good. I don't know, bro. Honestly, I don't know. I actually think we're the better team. I just think in the second half, we just huffed and puffed the last 20 minutes. Matt's right about that part. I think that's the only part of the game where I'm looking at and I'm thinking, like, what the hell is that? Do you know what I mean? Like what was all that, the changes and all that crap about? But for the majority of the time, I still think we just shot ourselves in the foot. I think everything that they did well was because we did something wrong. And that's not to take nothing away from them. I just watched Liverpool be Liverpool, what we've done all season. We haven't really been batted up by anyone. We just keep making mistakes. Like, we just keep making mistakes. I still haven't seen a replay of the penalty to even know if it was a foul or not. Like, even to now, I don't even know if it was a foul. It can't have been more of a penalty than Gabriel's handball was. But again, we move in it. I'm not going to do the whole referee thing, but I think the referee did show throughout the entire game. I mean, when he booked Gomez for time wasting, but every single Arsenal player got away with all the time wasting they were doing. It's like, I mean, what are we doing here, innit? What are the rules? I don't know what the rules are in there, but again, people who don't want to have proper conversation will go, "You're being salty." It's like, no, I'm just talking about what I witnessed in the game, innit? You'd have done the same thing if it was the other way around. So, we keep on making mistakes. We lose a game that we shouldn't have lost. Klopp does a madness in the last 20 minutes with the substitutions, and we're 17 points off the top of the league because it's a guaranteed loss to see. Guaranteed loss to see. So 17 points off the top of the league. I know this season's a write-off, but fuck,
For starts, I'm not even looking at the top of the league anymore because that's not our aim anymore. I'm looking at whoever's in the fourth spot. I'll be honest. First half, I think we outplayed Arsenal. Second half, we were shocking. Shocking second half. I think they were better in the second half. We were better in the first half. There was no way we, in my opinion, deserved to win that game. Didn't create enough. We're stupid defensively. And I'm using the word stupid because I don't want to use other words that might get us in trouble. Like, the referee, yes, was shocking. But the referee weren't the reason we didn't win today. We are the reason why we didn't win today. We are the reason why we didn't beat Brighton. We are the reason why we didn't beat Man United. We are the reason why we didn't beat Fulham. We are the reason. We are the reason. We're not you're right, Drift. We're not getting bad up by all these teams. But what is happening is when we make mistakes, we're getting punished. And rightly so. You keep on making mistakes, you're going to get punished. If I keep on leaving my front door unlocked, I'm going to get robbed one day. I can't blame the burglar. I've got to take some accountability. I can't sit there and be like, "Wow, this is mad." I can't sit there with my door wide open and expect no one to walk in one day. It's going to happen. It's enough is enough. Granted, Klopp did try a new formation. But what happened as soon as the formation didn't work, reverted back to type. And I'm not even talking about reverting back to type in terms of 4-3-3. Reverted back to type in terms of personnel. Like, I'm sorry. Enough's enough now, man.
The mad thing is as well, bro. Yeah?
Sorry, Joe. I'm not sitting there saying Klopp out or anything like that. Because if I'm going to be Klopp out, I've got to see the owners walk first. Because they've done worse since they've been here than he has for a longer period of time. But I ain't sitting here defending Klopp anymore. I'm done with his nonsense. He needs to change. Whether it's him or Linders or both of them need to sit around the table, get a takeaway and fix their nonsense up. I'm done with it.
But here's the thing, Cal.
Sitting here watching teams. This looks like every time we go on an attack, it looks like a Legends game. But whenever we're being attacked, it looks like we're playing against Usain Bolt, Tyson Gay, Maurice Green, Dwayne Chambers. We can't catch no one. Done with it, man. Done with it.
But here's the wickedest thing, though, bro. We are playing poorly, generally speaking. But as much as people are going to start getting onto Klopp and doing all that dumb shit like Klopp out and all that stuff, Klopp can't do nothing about shocking performances like today, for example, from Matip and Salah. Just to call two, we'll get into player ratings. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I get it. What he did in that 70th minute onwards was just the weirdest thing ever. And obviously, we'll get onto that when we talk about the Klopp section. But I got to keep it a buck, though, bro. Like, as much as we do, as much as Klopp has to take a lot of heat, I'm still looking at the scenario of the way things are playing. And maybe even, again, not making excuses for him, but looking at situations that maybe he was forced into based on the performances. Somebody explained to me what Salah, Matip, Trent, what were these guys doing today? It was embarrassing how bad they were. Like, it was actually embarrassing how bad they were. And even though I don't think what he did was right, he brought off the players that we knew he should have been bringing off, though. We sat here and said it. They are playing like horse shit. Matip and Salah were so bad in that game. And they're the two he brought off. So what he did and the way he changed the formation was wrong. That's where he's got to take some heat. But he was forced to make decisions based on how bad the players were playing. If them lot don't play that badly, he doesn't have to do that. If they're not playing that badly, he doesn't have to do that. Was Salah even on the fucking pitch?
Can I ask one question before we do play ratings? Let's say, Drift, every morning we work at the same place, and I pick you up every morning, and we drive the same route to work, and we never face any traffic. Maybe 1 out of 50 times we face traffic, but we're always on time. We're either 15 minutes on time or we're a minute on time, but we're always on time, right? Imagine I started picking you up and changing route, and then we're always late. What would you say?
So why are you going this way?
Yeah, why have we changed Salah's position? Why have we changed his role in the team?
Because we bought Nunez, so we've got a proper striker, isn't it?
And has Salah never played with a proper striker before?
Not at Liverpool.
He has in his career, though.
But it was
Did a bloody good job of it with Dzeko.
He was a 10 then, though, innit?
Either way, he still did a bloody good job. He wasn't playing.
But
he wasn't playing.
We don't play a formation to play a 10, do we?
He wasn't playing trying to play like David Beckham, because that's what he is now. He's a right midfielder now. He's not a right wing forward. He's a right midfielder now.
But we can't play him in field, bro. We don't have another right winger, do we?
Cool. Let's go on to player ratings.
Let's do that, man.
Alisson Becker.
I think he should have done better with Martinelli's goal, but other than that, I don't think he really did anything wrong, to be honest.
Nah, bad communication. Man, basically nearly knocked out Jesus as well, him and Virgil. But I don't even know whose foot it was.
No, but I think that Virgil's fault, because if Virgil deals with that, Alisson doesn't have to come rush.
I hear you. That's why I was going to say it's hard to determine whose foot it was. The reason I say that is because Virgil
bounce, man.
Virgil said for time, Ali, that's yours, and he kept on waiting.
But that's him passing responsibility instead of dealing with it, man. That's the point.
Fair enough.
Why didn't he just deal with it, bro? Do you know what I mean?
I'll be honest, I hear you. But Alisson was a bit late in the day. You know what? I'll say, if I'm being honest, I think Alisson gets a 6.5. I'm not giving him more than that personally.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6.
I'm not 6. I'm not going higher than 6.5 for me.
No arguments for me.
Thanks, Karen. That cheers me up much better than Liverpool.
Trent.
That's nice. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, son.
I'll give Trent a 4.
Love you, son. Can you close the door? All right, thank you, son.
I think he was poor, but there was a few things that he did that I liked in terms of some interceptions and tackles, but then obviously both goals he played a part in. So I'll give him a 4. And he only played 45 minutes as well. And now we went up at half time. I mean, you could say it's on Klopp, I guess, maybe for not substituting him, but the fact he went up at half time clearly means he weren't even fit. So he played like 20 minutes of the first half injured, because he went off at half time. So
that Scouse blood just wanted him to continue. That I think that was Trent, like just trying to soldier it, but he knew, he couldn't carry on. I agree with Drift. It was a 4. I think he had a bad game, or he's having a bad game. I know Drift was trying to also kind of highlight as well. Like, there's some things that he's absolutely fine with, but I think we're very quick to dig out the mistakes that he makes and put them up so fast. However, there's no denying that we both, think that he had a bad game today, man. And I hope his injury isn't worse than... Because, again, one thing I don't like seeing, Carl, if I'm being honest, Liverpool would play it down, and then 2-2, someone would get a snap, and my man's got a cast on his foot. That just seems to be the thing, innit? So, yeah, I just hope he's all right, bro. But, yeah, it's a 4, bro. He was doo-doo. He was doo-doo.
I'd have gone lower than that, but you guys are both already giving him a 4. So.
You can bring it down if you want. I'm not even bothered.
No. It's voting system, innit? So,
what would you give him just out of interest?
I'd have given him a 2.
Oh, fair play.
I'd have put him in the awful bracket.
I'd say 2,
That's too harsh, bro.
I disagree. I'm not going to go into it, but I disagree. I think 0 to 2, I'd have put him as a 2. Matip.
He's the one who gets a 2.
Yeah. Matip had a better game than Trent, though.
No, he didn't.
That's saying a lot. Matip's a 3. I had a better game than Trent.
If we're pushing it, because I gave Trent a 4.
Matip wasn't at fault for any single goal.
Bro,
he had a better game than Trent. Trent was at fault for 2.
Name me one thing that Matip did today. Can you? I'm gonna be honest. Can you even? When me and Drift kind of made a point, and you was like, "No, bro, that's basic." Yeah, I can't even think of a thing where I can honestly go, at least Matip did that. I'm gonna be honest.
I can think of some basic things, but I'm not gonna scream about them. But I'm saying if I've given if I've given Trent a 2, Matip's a 3 because he had a better game than Trent.
For me, I'm gonna be honest.
Still horse manual.
I'm gonna be honest.
Matip was worse for me.
They're singing from the same hymn sheet for me. I don't even care. They were Matip was so bad to the point where I almost thought it was a clone. He was that bad. Bruv, there was times where Matip just looked like, I was like, is this Matip? Joel. Who, and again, this ain't no shade, by the way. Remember when I said there was conversations about Joel being better than VVD? And I know VVD's playing. We'll get onto VVD, but jeepers. Matip's a 3. I'll give him 3.
He's a 3 for me as well.
Actually, no, because I said Trent was a 4 in it. They're the same. I'll give them both a 4. I just remember I gave Trent. They're both a 4 for me. They're on a doo-doo, bro.
What are you giving Matip, Drew?
2.
You go in the middle of you and Matt then, so it's a 3.
It's a 3.
Virgil.
3.
What would I give Virgil?
I give Virgil a 5 today. He was bailing Matip out a lot today.
He was better. I will say this: Virgil was bad, but it was better than Matip. So that means Virgil has to. For me, Virgil has to get a 5 by default because he's better.
Well, I gave him a 3. That is better than Matip. I gave Matip a 2.
Yeah, you did still. You did.
I think he was shocking.
But both of our centre backs were doing.
So what did you give? What did you give Virgil, Drift?
3.
So you're saying Trent had a better game than Virgil?
He only played 45 minutes.
No, but we're judging him on the 45 minutes.
Yeah. So based on that 45 minutes, I think he did more interceptions. Trent, the first minute of the game and the last minute. So the first minute of the second half and the last minute of the second half, Trent made his mistakes, and they were bad mistakes. Maybe even not even so much in the first goal, but the second goal, the second goal, obviously, that goes without saying. But the middle part, I don't think Trent was that bad. We were talking about me and Matt were saying it during the game. Good interception from Trent. There, like little things. Even if you think they're basic, he was still doing enough and keeping Martinelli at bay. And then the fact that like he made the mistake, everyone just goes again. Like me and Matt said, what happened if he makes a mistake? Everyone's just going to go crucify him for the mistake. But you're going to forget what he did in between. He played 45 minutes. Virgil and Matip was shit for the whole game. Do you know what I mean? They were shit for the whole game, bro. So that's why I think that Trent shouldn't be treated as harshly as them two.
Trent did nothing going forward, that's his strong suit.
It was his pass that set up the goal.
That's a bit unlucky. Yeah. I think Trent. No, going forward, Trent. Remember, Trent played a good ball. There's one ball.
It was Trent's pass for Diaz that set up the goal. I'm not saying it was a sensational pass, but you said he didn't do nothing going forward. He was part of the goal, and I think he made a few very good. Like Martinelli didn't do anything to him really, either side of the goal. Like, what did Martinelli do to him either side of the goal? We told Martinelli was just going to cook him all game. He didn't cook him. He didn't really do anything to him.
There was a couple of times turned on halfway line and all this.
I'm just saying, I didn't see Martinelli cooking him. So I think a 4 is all right for Trent. That's my opinion anyway. So 4 is still 4, you know. I never said Trent had a good game. You know what I'm saying?
I hate that.
What's your rating for Trent, Matt? Sorry, for Virgil. For Virgil, sorry.
Oh, I said Virgil was because I gave Matt, because I want to keep it consistent in terms of how I'm thinking in my brain. I gave Trent a 4, I gave Matip a 4, and I said Virgil was slightly better than those two. So by default, I have to give Virgil a 5. That's how I'm in my brain. I have to give him a 5. Even though I think Virgil was dead, though, I might have to recalibrate, like that. Because I might have to do a drift and drop them down 1. But it's still the same thing, if that makes sense. But I say 5, because I have to I stick by my ratings in it. 5. But he was doo-doo, fam.
Tsimikas.
Bruv. Tsimikas.
And he's just getting a 1 for being on the pitch.
You say Tsimikas gets a 1?
He was fucking terrible, Cal. He's probably our worst player today.
But he wasn't.
Bro, Tsimikas was arse.
I'm gonna be honest.
Tell me what Tsimikas offered defensively or offensively.
Bro, Tsimikas was actually winning defensive duels sometimes, bro. He actually won some tackles.
When? For what? When, bro?
What, at the time when he was surrounded by like 3 people, bro? How many times did Virgil put
he did a nice little fancy flick. Let
me be clear, by the way. Tsimikas for me gets a 4. But
he gets a 3.
Saying he was worse than Matip and Trent.
Bro, Carl, you've got the best. Carl, you've got the best memory. I'm saying 3. Carl, you got the best memory. Yeah. You see the first goal. Tell me where Simicast was. You got the best memory, bro. Where was he?
The first goal.
Mm.
I don't even remember.
Basically, man went.
He was too advanced. He was too advanced.
Yeah. Because remember the second goal. Remember, or was it the first goal? Do you remember as well when we were talking on stream, Carl, and he tried to win a challenge or something? Do you remember? And he got caught high up the. He got caught.
Simicast was toilet today.
But he was doo-doo, fam.
But worse than Trent and Matip.
Bro, do you know what it is?
100%.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? He probably was on par with Trent. Like, you see our fullbacks, bro. You see our fullbacks, hot doo-doo. To the point where the flies are just flying around. Them man are doing relay race around the doo-doo. That's what them man were today. They were, bro, you see the fullbacks? I'm going to be honest. Both of them were shocking.
I don't know what any of you lot are seeing if you think Simicast was good.
Simicast was...
No one said he was good, bro.
This is the first game where Simicast has played, and I'll be honest, Carl. This is the first game Simicast has played, and I've gone, hey, Robbo needs to start. You know, sometimes when Robbo plays, if Robbo has a bad game, you might go, oh, why did Klopp play Simicast? I'm gonna be honest. In my brain, I was like, hey, Robbo, where's Robbo? And it's very rare that I even think that because Simicast is normally so consistent. Bro, he gets a 3 for me. He was very bad, you know. He gets a 3.
All right, so he sits in the middle then, between 1 and 4. Henderson.
4.
No, I think he's better than that, you know. I think it's better than that, you know. I'm gonna be honest, Drift. I think
I'm just trying to remember. I just
you know
felt
what
like
it is.
He just
The
for
midfield.
the majority of the game, he had to just keep chasing
All right,
shadows.
so midfield in the first half. When you see, all right, so when we equalized, Henderson and Thiago started dictating the game. They were actually dictating.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is true.
I'm not even gonna blame my man for the second half when Henderson was put right mid. That's not, like, what's he supposed to do, bro? Really and truly, that's unfair on him. That's unfair. That's what I'm saying. Like, for me, I'm saying Henderson gets a 5. That's me though. Some people will disagree with me and say
I'd have gone 5.5 Henderson, but the problem is because there is a Henderson agenda, anything he does is going to get spotlighted.
Because the thing is, it looks like he stunk up the joint because of the position that he played, especially in the second half when we were under the cosh. But if you deep it and go, okay, first half we considered a goal, we didn't start well, and then you think about but we got back into the game, and Thiago Henderson started bossing it, like to the point where we were dominating the game.
Although second half we lost control of the game.
No, agreed. Second half, but again, remember for about half of that second half, my man was playing right mid. Bro, that should never be happening, bro.
I'd have given him a 5 or 5.5.
Yeah, let's just go 5 down the middle then.
5, bro. Man was trying, bro. Right mid, like he was back at Sunderland.
Thiago.
I'd give him a 5.5 because I think he was just better than Henderson, but he was being very lackadaisical on the ball in the second half, and trying a bit Hollywoody type passes to create where it wasn't really coming off. But again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. What I don't like is the way we use Thiago. You don't have Thiago and get him just chasing the ball and running around the pitch all game. That is not his game. Do you know what I mean? It's not his game. So I think he was just better than Henderson.
So I'd have given Thiago a 6 today. Him giving away the penalty, I'd have gone 5.5.
You know, the mad thing is, a couple of people have said in commentary or in the analysis, Ian Wright said it wasn't a penalty. It's a contact sport, and that's ridiculous. A penalty was given. I need to see a replay to even know what it was. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It's a pen. It's a soft penalty, but it's still a penalty.
I haven't seen it.
But a soft penalty isn't really one of them ones where I'll go, the players made the mistake then. You know what I mean? Like, soft penalties are them ones where, like, it's like, will the team just catch a blind? The ref gave it, and today you're definitely going to get it. Like, he was trying his hardest to make sure he gave it.
He made contact with Jesus' foot. Now, granted, Jesus didn't have to go down like that and roll around, but there's contact. If the roles were reversed, you'd want it. I would want that.
I haven't seen it. So like I said,
They've shown it from a few angles, and he made contact with Jesus.
Was it more of a penalty than Gabriel's handball?
No, of course not, bro. But
all right,
there
then
you go.
we know what
there.
that is.
Then I leave it there. No, then I leave it there. I'm just gonna leave it there.
We know what that is.
I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave that there because that's just that's just
So what was your rating for Thiago?
Thiago, I would give him a 6. I think I agree with Drift in terms of we played flat 4-4-2, and I like the formation, and I like what it was about when we were controlling the game, especially when we want to go down. However, I think that we kind of need to find a solution where he's not doing so much running because that's just not his game. He's not a robust, even though Thiago is very combative because that's his nature. We also kind of need to save man from himself. Like, he's a playmaker, deep line playmaker that you have to utilize. Like, bro, we should be going back to Rafa Benitez where man's got a Mascherano and certain man are screening, man. Like it's NFL. Like, man are throwing their bodies on the line to allow Thiago 1 extra second so we can dictate the game. That's what we should be doing. Instead, we're saying to my man, all right, do what you normally do, but you see when we ain't got the ball, you got to run your socks off. Allow it, bro. I feel sorry for him. He gets a 6 for me.
Salah,
bro.
I'll let you lot go first because I'm a Salah hater apparently when I speak about him.
Mo Salah
3 for me. The only thing I would caveat for Salah, why it's probably not lower than a 3, is the fact that he's playing in a position he shouldn't even be playing in.
Yeah, that's see, here's the conundrum I have with Salah. Here's the problem.
Sorry to cut you out. At the same time, trapping a ball, passing a ball, dribbling, that has nothing to do with your positioning. That's to do with your form in the match. And if I'm judging your form in the match, 3.
Now, some of his controlling today was spectacular.
One of his controls.
But I'm a control. It's not like a futsal game, so I'm not gonna just see that and then act like that affects my rating. Do you know what I mean? On
if it's bouncing off him, I have to Drift. If 9 out of 10 were bad, but 1 was amazing.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to see that 1 or 2 amazing touches and then let that like skew my opinion on the game. That's what I'm saying. Because I think that touch is one of the best controls I've ever seen. But that's literally the only thing he did for the whole game. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I'm not going to... In my opinion, I think Salah and Tsimikas battled for who was the worst player on the pitch today. And Matip. There's going to have to become a point, as much as I've defended Salah and I've rid out for Salah in terms of this position change, because I do believe that's got a lot to do with why he's playing the way he's playing. There's got to become a point, though, where he's got to take initiative. And I'm not saying don't listen to instructions, but he is the one on the pitch. He can't just keep being uninvolved and coasting through games and doing fuck all and having no involvement. Do you know what I mean? And just whittling away almost. Like, it can't just keep being the way it goes. He's got to have some kind of self-awareness to the situation and not be so strategically sticking to what's being told and maybe go a little bit rogue every now and again and get involved in the match. He can't just keep, do you know what I mean? Like, every player does it to some degree. Do you know what I mean? Like, no player just 100% sticks just rigid to what they're told. You've got to be a bit like rogue every now and again. And he's got to do that. Otherwise, he's just wasting his time. He's wasting his time if he doesn't. And the management and the coaching need to understand what is the point in playing him in that position. We're just wasting him. At this point, I'd actually rather he played off the front man if we're going to do the 4-2-3-1 and he played in that central role of the number 10. And you try and figure out how we can buy a right winger in the January window. Because I don't actually see the point in Mo playing right wing.
You reckon we're buying him?
I don't see the point in him playing right wing.
Drift, I need some money. Can I bet you £200 that we don't sign anyone in January?
I would never waste my money on that.
All right, then.
I'd never waste my money on that bet. Never.
What's your rating for Salah, Matt?
I beg you, everybody stop talking about the wages, though, because this is the thing. Do you remember you, man? And again, I'm not doing this I told you so thing, because that's not me, yeah? But do you remember when everybody was saying that I was going over the top, when I was saying that Salah shouldn't be getting these big boy wages? Oh, he deserves it, Jeff Ferrer. And I was saying, no. But if he starts getting paid more than everybody else to that degree, watch what happens if his performances dip. Do you remember? I literally said it on numerous occasions every time we had this conversation. And now his performance is dipping. I'm seeing all the man talk about his wages. I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear about his wages. You all wanted him to get the big boy wage, so don't talk about his wage. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear how much he's making. Let's fuck all that. Let's just talk about what's happening on the pitch. It's so easy to just keep talking about his wages.
Can I piggyback off the back of that? Whether you're on 5K or 350K, if you're playing for Liverpool Football Club, you go out there and you put your 100% in.
I agree.
Like this whole, because he's on 350K, he's meant to be doing more than the next man who's on less money. Nah, sorry, bro. They're meant to be all doing the same.
Plus, didn't he earn the right?
I'm going to be honest, guys. Salah was really, really poor. However, I will say this, though. We can't even ignore the fact of, just like how I brought the Henderson thing of playing in right midfield, Salah's positioning this season has just been atrocious from how we would normally utilize him. Like, I don't understand. And I understand it and don't understand it. We brought in a striker. Okay, cool. But you don't change the main man's role to accommodate a guy that's still trying to fit in. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, Man City are, and again, it's different, isn't it? Because you could say they're more technical, they're leaps ahead of us, rare tear. But I don't look at it as like Man City have changed for Haaland. I look at it as Haaland has adapted. Like, Nunez can adapt, innit? We ain't got to tell Salah, by the way, we've got a striker, yeah? So you see what you've been doing, you need to unlearn that and start again. No, it should be a case of, Nunez, we believe in you and we know how good you are. This is how we play. So we need to kind of do these things what Jota was doing. Because Jota was a prime example of someone who didn't know how to necessarily play the out-and-out striker role. So frustrating. So, yeah, I agree with you both. I think Salah gets a 3. He was really poor today. Didn't see enough of the ball. However, I think it's something that we should definitely chop up on Monday in terms of, is he also being mismanaged? And I think, as much as we can talk about his performances, which I think that's fair, I think him playing in a position that hasn't been playing, like, is almost becoming ineffective to the point where we now say it's a typical thing to say Salah was on a periphery. Like, that shouldn't be the case. Salah should be in the game because he's the mainstay and how we play. So, yeah.
You know what? I don't want to do the age thing, yeah, because he's only 30. So, yeah. And I don't believe a 30-year-old is all of a sudden done, yeah. I think it's very stupid and naive to just go, he's 30, he's done. Especially in the world we're living in now where science is of the levels it is, and you see people like Modric and Ronaldo and Benzema, all 35, 36, 37, all still kicking ball, yeah. So I think it's very stupid to go, Salah's 30. What I will say, though, is in modern football, you can't be a 30-year-old winger. In my opinion, you can't be a 30-year-old winger. I think I've come to the realization that we're living in a world now where being a winger is a young man's game. Do you know what I mean? Like, it really is. I think you have to be in the center, in the central areas of the park.
Diaz, it's getting worse.
To be of a certain age. So for me personally, I actually think that Mo needs to be playing centrally. And if we're gonna do this 4-2-3-1, I actually think Salah maybe could even be the player who plays off that front man in that like 3 that plays behind the 1. I don't think he should be a winger anymore.
Who plays on the right then, bro?
We buy somebody, and that's why recruitment needs to get their act together. Just like we bought Diaz to replace Mane, we have to go and buy somebody. We have to go and buy a very young, not even necessarily super young, because I think Gnabry's 26, so he's not exactly super young. But we need to go and buy a player of that type of level of, he plays wide, he's creative.
We'll get told we buy someone who's going to stunt Harvey Elliott and Clyde Gordon's growth, but we know.
Yeah, but I don't care about all that shit anymore, bro.
Like, we know, but this is what it is. Together. Jota.
I give Jota a 9. I think what he was doing off the ball and the runs and the tackling and the tracking back, I think a lot of people probably didn't notice it. He ran himself into the ground today. He absolutely ran himself into the ground today. Wonderful assist for the goal for Bobby. Changed position 2 or 3 times during the game and adapted brilliantly every time. And was knackered and only came off the field because he was knackered. I think he's the only one out of everyone on the pitch today that I'm proud of. Like, I can actually say, like, I'm proud of you and your performance today. I thought Jota was brilliant. So yeah, 8.5, 9. I think he's the only one who really, really shone.
I'd have gone 7.5 for Jota.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said 9, but I understand like Jota was really, really important today. I understand he worked his socks off, and yeah, he might have been tired. He did look tired. However, the thing is like when you're in a big game players can be tired, but sometimes they need that one chance or that one opportunity, and they can still get you a goal. I think what Jota was asked to do was a lot, because when we remember when he was brought on, not brought on, when he had to switch position, he done a lot more running because he was playing left midfield, didn't it? I'm gonna give Jota a 7.5 as well. Maybe no. I'm gonna give him an 8. I'll give him an 8.
You lot remember the end of the first half and he was just taking on 2, 3, 4 man and beating them all.
I'm giving him an 8. I'm giving him Jota an 8.
Defending. I thought Jota was
I really like what Jota done today.
Yeah, I thought he was brilliant today.
But go with 8.5. Or what did you say again, Drift? You said 9, right?
I said, yeah, 8.5 to 9 for me, yeah.
Let's go 8.5, kind of in the middle. Nunez.
We'll let you go first, Drift.
Can I take this one first, Drift, if you don't mind?
Yeah, go to.
Everyone knows I've been critical of Nunez. I thought he had a good game today. Don't think he was amazing as a striker, especially in the first half. He obviously got his goal. Thought he did well. Second half, we lost control of the game, which obviously was not going to help him as a striker. The problem I have is when we went to Henderson and Elliott on the wings, he was so isolated. It was unreal. I haven't seen a striker that isolated since Gerrard got injured and Torres was playing. It was shockingly bad. At the first half, I thought he did really well. Kept their defenders busy, got his goal. There was another one where he pulled it across the box and no one was on the end of it after Klopp had made the substitutions. Me personally, I'd have given him a 7 to a 7.5. No, in fact, no, because I gave Jota a 7.5 and Jota, I think, was our best player. I'd go 7 for Nunez.
Look, in the second half, he was absolutely starved. And I don't think you can really blame him for that. I think the formation change completely stopped him getting the service that he was getting in the first half. He even was a little bit creative today. I saw him beating man on the wing and crossing. And we even said it. Why wasn't that the other way around? Why wasn't it him in the box waiting for that cross? And you know what I mean? Because he would have been able to tap it in. But obviously we had no Salah or Diaz to do any of that creativity in the wide areas. I'm going to give Diaz an 8. Nunez, an 8. I thought he was brilliant today. I thought for what he had to feed off, and for the way the team were playing, I give him an 8. I thought he was brilliant today, personally, and he took his goal excellently as well.
Yeah. Do you know what? I really liked what I saw from him today. Held up the ball well. Was making good runs. Obviously, a couple of them were offside, but that's a minor. But I like the fact that he was being aggressive when we was in possession. He always looked like he was going to be a danger. Took his goal very, very well. Because you know what's so mad? You can look at that and he can scuff it and he goes wide and you go, oh my God, how did you miss that? Like, it was a striker's goal. Like, I think Drew said it best when he was talking earlier in the stream. I gave Jota an 8. I think Nunez is around a 7.5/8. I cannot lie to you. I think Nunez, for me, I think as an all-round performance is one of his best games for Liverpool. And yes, he only got the one goal, but I'm talking about his all-round. Like, even when he's holding up the ball, holding off the defenders and bringing the others into play, that's what you want to see. You want to see him building that, and I'm hoping that he can. I'm giving him an 8. Give him an 8.
For all the people that said he's got a crap touch, there's been examples of him having poor touches, yes. But today, his touch was brilliant. He was controlling the ball. He was passing it off. Like, everything, you know what I mean? Like, even when he had that shot in the first half and people said maybe he could have pulled it back, I like that. If someone's there for the rebound, a goal comes from that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I just think he was just... And that Nunez there, that's the Nunez that I've been telling everybody have some patience for. The Nunez who gets involved in the play, can play the ball off and make runs, always on the last shoulder, giving defenders problems. There was even a point today when he was on the left wing and he blew past Saliba and got the ball and passed it back. Nothing came from it, but we watched Saliba keep up with Diaz in the first half. So for Nunez to blow past him and get the ball like that, that shows he's even got pace. Maybe he's even quicker than we thought he was. Nunez is brilliant today, man. And I think anyone who's going to say he's not, that's just an agenda.
I don't think it's agenda. I don't think he was brilliant. I thought he was good. So I don't think it's an agenda to say he wasn't brilliant.
No, I said anyone who says he wasn't good.
Oh, if anyone says he's not good, then that's an agenda.
And to add as well, last thing, he was starving second half, especially when we went to Elliott and Henderson doing that wing play. Starving. Man was hungry, bro.
Diaz.
Let me go first on this one, lads. So there's breaking news about Luis Diaz. Reportedly, he left on crutches and in a knee brace as well. And as you can see on the screen, Jurgen Klopp said he's not looking good with the knee. He started so well. He was bright. He got the assist, if I'm not mistaken, for the Nunez goal as well. He was a live wire. And I think me and you were talking about, Jeff, we were like, him going off changes like the way how we play, because that one-on-one play like is non-existent now. Because
100%.
if there's one thing you can say about Luis Diaz, like when it comes to like take-ons and stuff, like he's
so
that guy.
Bro, I'm just gonna say, like, I'm all for like slightly letting banter slide and little things like that, but high tech, I'm not gonna lie, fuck off, bro. You want to come in here and banter and stuff, that's one thing. You want to start laughing at Diaz's injury and saying, he's fucked and laughing and all that. Yeah, high tech, fuck off, man. I'm not having all that stuff. Like, people think they can just come in and say what they want. Yeah, sir, go on, man.
Yeah. No, and as I was going to say, like, I think the Diaz thing has really, really, really hurt us. One second, Kai, one second. The Diaz thing has really, really hurt us, yeah? And it's now a case of, I just hope the injury's not serious, because he played really well today. And Thomas Partey, and again, it's accidental, but the thing is, Partey was so aggressive and the referee didn't take lead, didn't it? Referee didn't set an example from the get-go. And that was what was so annoying, is that the ref kind of allowed that kind of rough play, so to speak. Like, I get it, it's Liverpool. One second. I get it, it's Liverpool and Arsenal. But again, like, you're the ref, take control of the game. And it's annoying because you look back and think the referee could have done something there. Even with the first contact where like Partey's pulling him, referee could have been like, no, blow the whistle. But he allowed it, man landed on his leg, and it's like, bro, like you allowed that whole situation to play out. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's all of the ref's fault, because obviously Partey was overly aggressive. But again, the referee could have kind of stepped in. Diaz done all he could today, in my opinion. I'm giving him a 6.5.
Do you know what? This actually goes back to what Cal said quite a lot of times when we've been seeing poor refereeing decisions. What happens is, even if the first, the second, and the third decision isn't necessarily where the bad thing comes from, you've actually set the tone. You've actually allowed yourself to let the game get away from you. And then what happens there is people start doing a little bit more. They push the boundaries. They think they can get away with things. And eventually something's going to happen. And in my opinion today, certain things can happen based off of that. Now, I'm not saying that's why Diaz's injury happened, but if Partey had to tread lines because he's been given bookings for things he's already done that he shouldn't have got away with, if Partey knows the referee's watching him and he's under scrutiny, he's a little bit more reluctant to do certain things. And he doesn't think he can just grips up Diaz and drag him to the ground like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So the referee, being as poor as he was, is allowing things like that to happen. Normally, in my opinion, when bad injuries happen, you can always look back to, did the ref have control of the game? Sometimes it's out of his hands. A lot of the time you're looking, you go, the ref was letting too much go. He was letting people be too aggressive. He was allowing things. We all say, let the game flow. But there's a difference between letting the game flow and people are being overly aggressive. And you got to pull a man in and be like, yo, that's going to get someone hurt. You're going over it. You know what I mean? You're going overboard. And the referee wasn't doing that. He was letting the Arsenal players roll around. He was giving them things. He was letting them rough us up. But I remember there was one time where Alisson had the ball and an Arsenal player bear hugged him and stopped him from throwing the ball out for a quick counter attack. Actually bear hugged him. The ref said nothing. If the ref's just going to let them do whatever they want, this is what can happen from it. Partey wasn't even booked today, by the way. Man was on that Fernandinho level of flipping diplomat shit. He didn't even get booked today. How the hell did he get out of that game without booking? And I saw Joe Gomez get booked for just taking 5 seconds longer to do a throw-in, when I saw every one of their players take at least 30 seconds longer to do a throw-in. In fact, one of their throw-ins was nearly a minute. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are the rules, innit? What are the rules? Like, you tell me, innit? Jolting.
So what you say for Diaz, Drift? What's your rating?
Do you know what? Sorry, Cal, I'm going to bump
I
him
would
to a
give
7.
I would have give Diaz a 7.5 based
give
on
him
what
a
he did up
7.
until the injury.
Give him a 7. Rather
It'd
than
have been a
6.5.
7 for me as well. Jurgen Klopp.
We haven't done the subs, though.
We ain't done.
We ain't done the subs, but there was a
Man
lot of
must have
subs
ripped off
today.
that-
So
Man must have ripped off that band-aid.
I do still.
Rip off that band-aid, bro.
All right, so Kanate, 3 for me.
I'm gonna be honest.
1.
That's my. No, Jeff. We can't do that. Do you know? All right. Do you know what it is?
He was shocking.
On
Yeah,
the
but we
face
talk
of it,
about context.
that's how I was gonna say. So you're right. You see, the thing is, it's a horrible one. You're right because he made a mistake. The only thing he did is he kind of redeemed himself for his mistake. But other than that, he was hella shaky. However, them man know more than me, who was championing him, saying he needs to come on, like he needs to play. They know the state, like where he's at. He's not ready. He's not ready.
Yeah,
But
I
they
said
said
it.
no, Drift, you said it, but here's the joke. You said it. I disagree. But who's the manager? Who's leading the team? It's not me. It's not you.
No, but that's not. But that's. We'll get
Drift.
onto Klopp and we'll talk about that
No,
part. But we're still
100%.
assessing what Kanate did, though.
100%. That's why we assess the same way where we talk about Salah. As much as we can say Salah stunk at the joint, we got to talk about what he's been asked to do. Kanate was thrown on by Klopp. That man said, "Oh yeah, you're ready. Let's go." And don't get twisted. Again, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I was championing it, saying that's my centre back. Bring him on. But when the first couple of things I saw, I was like, Lord, Klopp, you know better than me, bruv. I'm only watching inside training. You're inside the training. You see, man, what he's doing. He weren't doing nothing. If I'm being honest, he gets a 2. And he's my, I don't even want to say that, but yeah, that's my guy, bro.
1, 2, they're all the same. Yeah,
The reason I say 3 is because he actually stopped a goal going in.
You know, I'll give him a 3. He's my centre back. I'm being biased.
No, you know, fair play, he did. But as Matt said, it was his mistake. He had to actually rectify.
Thrown in though,
even though I'm glad he rectified it, he was the one who made a glaring mistake to even let the opportunity open up. So I'm like 50-50 on whether I should give any ratings after it was your fault. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's like he cancelled that out, innit? Like, he made the mistake, then he cancelled it out. So it was like he was at 0, went to minus, then came back to 0, if you get what I mean. Like, but everything else he done, but he was horrible. When the penalty was given away, he was on the floor. The fuck was he doing on the floor?
Where he
was horrible.
I'm trying to... The one he cleared, I don't think that was his mistake.
He dived in on the edge of the box and Odegaard just went straight through him, bro.
Right,
like he weren't even there, bro. It was horrible.
Right. He's not. Listen, you know that's the
and
inform, not even inform. If that's
I'm not even blaming him, by the way.
It's so frustrating.
I'm not blaming him, by the way, because I told you that he shouldn't have come on. It's not.
No, you're right. Yeah, no, I hear you.
He was nowhere near. You don't throw man into a game like that when he ain't played no football.
That's all we got. But hold that smoke. Because that's not his fault. That's what I'm trying to say to you. You're right, Drift. You're 100% right. But we got to hold the smoke, though. That smoke is for someone else. Or at least two people.
So you said 3, Matt. I said 3.
Yeah,
Drift, what you saying? You said 1, innit?
1 or 2, yeah. He was shocking.
Give it to Drift so we can give him 3 still. Yeah, we made. I normally message Ibu as well. Still, I can't even say nothing to him.
Elliot.
How long was Elliot on for? About 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, Elliot gets a 5 from me, even though he dived, which wasn't necessary.
Yeah, 5. 5.
He didn't do anything wrong.
What did he do right?
Nothing. Which is why.
So why are you giving him 5? That's average.
Yeah, but that's the middle, innit? Like he didn't do anything wrong.
No. Average means you.
But we all say everyone starts at a 5, though, right?
We went 4.
5, yeah.
Bro, Cal, I'm gonna ask you this: was Harvey Elliott not doing that Stuart Downing on the left-hand side, and that's not even his fault? But was he not?
No, he was kind of roaming. To be fair, like he should have been on the left-hand side, but he wasn't. He was kind of roaming.
I'm gonna be real. Other than him trying to give him basically, other than him trying to win a penalty, I don't remember and nothing that Harvey Elliott did. And I'm being real.
He gets a 4 from me.
He gets a 3 from me. He gets a 3, bro.
He done nothing. It's not even his fault, but he did nothing.
It's not.
Like, for you to be getting 3s and 4s, you have to make mistakes or do wrong stuff in the game.
Well, he dived for a start.
He tried to. Cal, you just said in the middle of the game, you were like, I don't even want to see that. Yeah, man tried to win a foul, yeah, and it was so bad. He
The
tried,
dive, yeah, I agree, but
yeah,
like if we're judging
And then
him,
outside of that, he didn't do anything.
yeah, but he
bro,
didn't do
do
anything wrong.
nothing.
No, but he didn't do anything wrong either. So how are we judging him and giving him the same scores as players who have done a madness?
I can't give man a
Because the only
five,
thing
bro.
the only thing I remember is him diving. So
Yeah.
like maybe my mind is being biased, but I just remember bad things. Like, do you know what I mean? So like, I don't know.
Oh wow,
4. I'd go 4.
Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo just scored. You know, we're in the mud. Man United have got a man that want to leave and he's scoring goals, and we're getting anyway.
As
You
long as
see,
Man U win this game, then you know what I mean. My money's
no,
up.
they're winning, they're winning. But you see, Kyle, I'm gonna be honest. I hear what you're saying because you're like saying, "Raw, what did he?" It's not like he done anything bad, and I hear you. And maybe it's my anger because of the formation or whatever.
I think we're right. I think we're directing it at the wrong person.
No. But here, you're right because if he played in like a 4-3-3, then maybe he does a bit more. But I'm gonna be honest though, his main highlight was him trying to win a penalty, and I can't lie to you, bro. If you're a substitute, and I know you've been played out of position, and your main highlight is trying to win a penalty, I mean, bro.
No, I'm not disputing that, but like everyone starts on a 5. So if you do better, if you do well when you come on, you're above a 5. If you do terrible when you come on, you're below a 5.
Like I say,
he didn't do great or he didn't do terrible. The dive was bad, innit? The dive was really bad and it really peed me off. But I can't give him a 3 when the people I've given a 3 to have been detrimental to our performance today.
No, but remember, we're only talking about in the 10 minutes. We're not talking about in comparison.
He's on the phone about 18 minutes.
He definitely gets the 4 then because he didn't even make any impact at all. 18 minutes is long enough to make an impact, bro, of some kind. That's long enough. That's long enough to make one positive impression in my mind.
He gets a 4.
You know what I mean? He gets a 4.
All right, let's add a little bit of context. He's playing out of position. We know that.
Yeah.
100%. But we just got to call it what it is at the same time. With applying context, he gets a 4 for me. He gets a 4. And that's me being real now. He gets a 4. I can't give him more than that, though.
Fair dues. For me, no.
Hey, brother.
This is a tough one, isn't it? Because he did slightly fade out of the game a bit, but then I think that was because of the mad formation thing we did when we did the whole Elliott and Henderson went right wing and all that kind of stuff. Up until that point, Bobby was in his bag. He was doing lovely little touches, dropping deep, getting the ball. His goal, unbelievable finish.
Left foot, you know.
Unbelievable finish. I'd give Bobby a 7.5 for his impact on the game.
I agree.
But the formation change left him very isolated, just like Nunez. It almost became like, what was he supposed to do in that weird formation that we changed to? Like,
because
what was that all about? Like,
in the positions that Klopp wanted. Like, you see, when you play chess, like Klopp. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and he was trying to. He ended up having to do a lot of mindless chasing. And I didn't like watching that. Do you know what I mean? I didn't mind watching that. But for that 25-minute impact he made, or 25-minute impact he made, I give him a 7.5. I thought he's finished, man. Weak foot as well. We're back in the game at that point, man. And we should have just easily seen that through, man. And it's more and more making me realize Cal's got a point about how much I'm getting wound up about conceding that goal before halftime. Because that game makes them go into the changing room confident and on a high. And we have to like have that conversation when we got to go again. Whereas if it's 1-1 when we're going in there, totally different second half. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're not chasing the game and we're not like, fuck's sake, man.
Gomez.
I thought Gomez was very rocky for the first, say, 10 minutes, where you could see that he was maybe still going off of that bad confidence and stuff. But I thought he grew into the game enough to get a 5. I think he was average. I think he did enough, and he started to make 1 or 2 good tackles. Some of his passing forward, Some of his passing forward was good.
I'll say 5.
Doing good passing. I think a 5 is. I think a 5 is all right for Gomez.
I think a 5. For example, I'm gonna say it like he was better than Harvey in it, and I know it's easier because Gomez can play right back. So, but that's how you got to look at it. Like, was he better than Gomez? And in my opinion, he was. Sorry,
he was better than
better than
Harvey.
Harvey.
Matip. I thought he was better than
Yeah.
Tsimikas. I thought
yeah.
Yeah, I think a 5.
I say 5. I think 5.
All right. Klopp.
Bro. I'll go first with Jurgen. I'm just gonna rip off the bandit. That'll be real quick. Started the game well. Well, I keep saying started the game well when we conceded. I'm gonna.
What you mean is he went with the right formation.
He went with the right formation, so he went with what I wanted to see. We got back into the game. 1-1. You think, right? Okay, cool. Arsenal obviously get their goal, and you're thinking, oh no, maybe it's a mistake. Then we hit back again, make it 2-2, and you're thinking, all right, cool. Now we can go on and win the game because we're with the storm. Get back into the game. Diaz plays a good ball to Nunez. We're doing what? Sorry, and sorry, the Firmino goal as well. We're doing well. You're thinking, all right, cool. Now we can do this thing, and then Klopp kind of undoes everything that happened. When I say undo, I'm talking like man got the Thanos Infinity Stones, and the players were like, "What did you do?" When Thor's like, "What did you do?" And Thanos is already like in the next realm, and he's sitting there, and he's at peace. Bro, Jurgen, we love you. You're the guy. But I need you to make man understand.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we forgot
Flacco. Sorry, before you go further, Matt, Fabinho.
Before I forget, you know I'm the worst at forgetting. We'll go back to Flacco after Klopp, yeah. Or at least after my thing about the thingy. But I say this, yeah. Bro, I'm going to be honest. When I saw Liverpool doing that 4-4-2, but it was the personnel, I thought I was watching Maxi Rodriguez and Stuart Downing under Dalglish. I thought we was doing that type of thing. Like I really did, bro.
We could have done with some Maxi Rodriguez.
Like, bro, but it just looked bad though. Like you see, like if you played that in today's game, innit? Like it just looked bad. It looked bad. Elliott and Henderson on wherever they're supposed to take people on, that's not the case. They shouldn't be on the flank. They're not them type of caliber of players. I don't understand what Jurgen's doing. The changes he made isolated Nunez as well. So everything that Nunez was doing so well in the first 60 minutes got undone when we made that change. It was so bad. Do you know what I'm worried about? And I have to be honest as a Liverpool fan through and through, yeah? I'm worried them man have run out of ideas. Them man are scrapping, bro. Them man are looking at notepad and going, oh, yo, Pep, you have the notebook. And Pep's like, yeah, I got the notebook. I think it might be Kenny's, but we can still use it. Fam, Henderson on right mid. We're going back to Sunderland 2012. Like, what are we doing? 2010, like, what are we doing? Harvey Elliott has never played left midfield, if I'm not mistaken. He's probably played at least right midfield, but not left midfield. It don't make no sense. Would you see Man City play Bernardo Silva left midfield in a 4-4-2? I'm pretty sure you wouldn't. I'm just trying to give you like an example of similar kind of characteristic, a technical guy, not the fastest, not the quickest, not the most athletic, but technical, got maybe an eye for a pass. You're not going to see man put him left midfield. I just don't understand. You see, do you remember when we had Kenny? And Kenny was all about that, bringing back the heart and soul. Kenny's a legend. But obviously, at that time, when you saw more, even though Kenny done well, you could kind of see the cracks. You were like, okay, Kenny, we appreciate you, we love you, and you got us over this hump, but we kind of knew at some point we had to move on, that kind of thing. That's how I felt, bro, watching today. It was bad. I'm really worried. With Diaz's injury, with Trent's injury, Klopp and Nunez looking like they've run out of ideas. I'm really concerned about what the future holds and how we play. Because Trent is a mainstay of how we play. And if the answer is Elliott and Jordan Henderson right midfield, I'm not going to lie. Someone needs to give me the DeLorean so I can go back to the future to 18-19. Because I can't watch this Liverpool in 2022. I'll leave it there, bro.
I'll be really quick with Flacco. 3 for me.
I don't remember Flacco doing anything.
Apart from
clearing the ball to their player for the goal, for the penalty.
Flacco didn't do nothing.
1.
I don't remember Flacco doing that. I think
he gets a 1. What did he even do? He gets
a 1. I'll say 3, only because I'm trying to think. Was he? He wasn't bad enough to the point where I can go mad at his mistakes, but I go 3 though.
Klopp.
Klopp. I didn't even give Klopp a rating, did I?
No,
I said all of that. I didn't give man a rating.
Fuck, this Klopp thing.
He gets a 2 from me, by the way. He gets a 1 for starting off so well, but the way he ended it, he gets a 2.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Yeah,
you get a 2. You get a 2.
I think what Klopp did undone what was actually going well.
Yeah.
So I'm actually gonna give Klopp a 5.
And
the reason I'm giving him a 5 is because I think if we'd have got a draw out that game or somehow won that game, I would have actually been giving Klopp like a 7 or an 8, because I think it's very easy after losing the game to like really lose your head and start getting angry. And yes, the changes in the last 20 minutes are weird as fuck and I don't understand. And that's what brings the rating down for me. But what we also have to do is we have to be level-headed and we have to understand that the shocking games that Salah, Trent, Tsimikas, Salah, all of these lot had, he's not in control of. So as much as he did some really bad substitutions and that last 20 minutes was all over the place and I don't know what he was doing, up until that point, he was forced into making some kind of changes because of how badly the players were that were on the pitch. And I'm not going to do the whole FSG Klopp thing. Maybe we do it Monday. I don't want to do it. I'm so sick of that argument. But I still think it always boils down to eventually lack of recruitment always ends up being you've got Harvey Elliott playing left wing. This is what happens. If you don't continually buy the right players, keep on refreshing, keep giving the manager money to work with, eventually this is what happens. So I'm not doing the Klopp and the FSG thing and all that stuff, but today is a byproduct of years of neglect. And I will argue that to anybody who's got this FSG, so who's got this Klopp out agenda or whatever, I will argue that to the end. This is what happens when you neglect the squad and you keep making Klopp turn coal into diamonds and you keep forcing him to do all this stuff. Yes, some of the mistakes are on him 100%. But if the guys keep on being forced to work with nothing, eventually it's going to come undone. That's just life, innit? That's just how shit goes. Yeah. For me, all the players who were playing badly today have let Klopp down because Klopp went into the game today with the right system. He did what we asked him to do. He's kept the changes. He kept the 2 up top. The first half, we absolutely dominated Arsenal after the first 10, 15 minutes. We had the possession. We were running them ragged. We should have been winning. God knows how they went in winning. And then in that second half, everybody got a bit tired and then it was a little bit mad. So for me, I just put Klopp straight down the middle. I just give him a straight down the middle 5. I think he would have been at least a 7.5 or an 8 if we'd have got a draw or a win out of that game. But because obviously we didn't and the substitutions are mad, plus he can't equate for Diaz's injury, I think that totally changes the game. I think in that second half, Arsenal can't push onto us and progress the way they are if they know Diaz is there. Jota, an unbelievable player, but they know they haven't got to worry about that pacing behind with Jota, and they know they haven't got to worry about with Jota, and they know there's certain things that they can slightly change the way they play, and do you know what I mean? And little things like that, like in the first half, they couldn't do. We were playing really well in the first half. We had outlets and stuff. So I'm not just going to go all in on Klopp and just start going because the substitutions are bad, and they were bad. They were horrendous. They were actually horrendous. I don't know why he brought everyone. I don't know what the fuck Henderson's doing playing right wing. Elliott is a waste of space on the left wing. It's all mad. But he ain't got no one on the bench other than them. So recruitment has to play a part in what's going on here. It just has to. Like, it's a mess, innit?
I'm not going to go into it, Drift, but I got to be honest, I disagree with a lot of what you said, man.
I knew you would, but it is what it is, isn't it?
For me, Klopp gets a 3. And I think that's being generous. Everything you've said about Salah today, and rightly so, you could say about Klopp when it comes to comparing it to the owner situation. Everything.
In what way?
You said Klopp is telling Salah to play out of position, but that doesn't stop him from controlling the ball, making good passes and stuff. FSG have put Klopp in the decision, but that doesn't negate him from playing Henderson right wing, playing certain players who have played way too many minutes, playing players out of position doing silly subs, not spotting quick enough when we need to change in game, taking off players and replace them with the wrong players. That's not an FSG. Tactically, in the first half, we got it right. But at the same time, in the second half, we got it completely wrong. And he didn't adapt quick enough. In the same way you're saying Salah go rogue, I've been saying Klopp go rogue. But you're saying he can't because that's his boss. If Salah goes rogue, you can argue he gets benched for a little while. Like Klopp is getting away with a lot.
Klopp go rogue? In what way do you mean go rogue?
No, you were saying Salah, if Salah doesn't like what he's doing, he needs to go rogue and do what he's doing to get the best out of himself for the best.
Yeah, in certain occasions, not just like totally. I mean, like in certain circumstances during the game, take a bit of initiative and go, do you know what? I'm actually not doing anything out here. Let me maybe come inside once or twice, get involved in the play a little bit, be a little bit. I don't just mean like totally ignore everything he's being told. No, don't. You can't do that because that's just like means that you're taking the piss out of the manager. But every now and again, just go rogue. Like, get involved in the game more. Don't just literally just stay 100% to the tactics and hug the touchline. But, like, how can Klopp go rogue? I don't get how Klopp can go rogue.
One, you can call out the owners. Two, you can put more pressure on them than I think he has.
You can't do that, bro.
Let me land. Let me land. Like, yeah, he can call out the owners. And I'm not saying it has to be. I'm not saying it has to be laundry, bro. Let me land, man. I'm not saying it has to be like a Mourinho style, but man can literally say where it is. If man turns around and says, if someone asks why aren't you getting a midfielder, be like, well, we tried to get Tchouaméni, but he chose somewhere else. And if it is the truth, been told maybe we should wait until another player comes along. I don't know if I agree. I don't know if I disagree or not, but I'm willing to give it a go and see what happens. Man doesn't have to start going on a mad one, be like, yeah, they won't give me money. No, but
that's not calling out the owners, what you say. Calling out the owners would be, but they're not backing me. That's calling out the owners.
Well, that's airing dirty laundry. I think that goes.
But that's what calling out the owners means. Calling out the owners is actually telling us what they're doing.
To me, it doesn't even feel like he's putting pressure on them. He just seems like he's happy to go along with everything. From where I'm sat,
I don't know. He looks more rattled than he's ever looked. So
and then when I'm seeing that he turns around and says, "Well, no, I don't want Jota and Nunez. I'm good with what I've got." Like, but then you're scrambling for Artur on the last day, who's not played any minutes and all that. Like, for me, I just need to see more from him. I can't sit here and after every time we lose, blame FSG, and then every time we win it, say it's on Klopp. Like, when's he gonna get held accountable for what he's doing? Like, he's doing up a madness right now. But if we saw any other manager, because we love Klopp and rightly so, because he's what he's done for us, we turn in a blind eye to some of the things he's doing.
No, we're not. We're calling it out.
No, not properly. But you've just given Klopp a 5, bro.
But we just lost. Let
me finish.
Goals we conceded today.
Let me finish.
Anything other than just poor.
You're not letting me finish,
mistakes, bro.
You're not letting me finish, bro. I didn't interrupt you once.
No, but you're saying things directed at me though, so you're making me respond to them.
No, but I'm saying I'm not calling.
And I did.
No worries.
No, but you literally said you directed at me. That's why I answered it.
Because I was making a point, but you weren't listening. You're not listening to anything I'm saying.
Of course I'm listening.
You're not, bro. You keep on cutting me off. It's calm.
Go and talk, bro.
No, it's calm. So what did you give Klopp?
I gave him a 5.
I gave him a 3. What did Matt give him?
He hasn't given him a rating, I don't think.
We'll go in the middle. We'll go 4 then. And get through some of these super chats. Patrick says FSG reap what you sow. Weak investment for the last 3 years is now showing.
Facts.
Bejan Barnes says Matt surgery needed badly. About 6 players. Our defense is horrendous.
Agree.
Shaq says Klopp's the magician that's lost his tricks. #stale. JC84 says this team is too aged to compete at the intensity that Klopp is used to. Hendo has served us well But name another successful team in the league that still has the same signing from 2011 as their captain. Time for change.
What I will ask anyone in the comments to let me know is who's better suited to play right wing? Because I know Henderson right wing is a shocking decision, but who else can actually play, or right midfield, say, who else can actually play right midfield? We
I'm not
actually
saying
don't have anyone else in our squad that can play right midfield.
Not necessarily you can play right midfield, but there are better suited people for it.
Who would you say they are?
Carvalho and Elliott are better suited for it for a start.
You honestly believe Carvalho could do well in right midfield?
He would do better than Henderson would.
I don't know, you know. I really don't. Because remember, you got to be defensive. Because you got to also be defensive minded in a 4-4-2, and I don't think Carvalho will be switched on defensively at all in a 4-4-2.
In the 4-4-2, the first thing I want to see from my right-sided midfielder is being able to get on the ball and create or do something or go forward. Hendo can't do that. I'm not even trying to diss Hendo. I love Hendo, but Hendo can't do that. Hendo's got no footwork to get around a man. He's got nothing like that to beat a man. He can't pop a quick 1-2. Like
he can pop a quick 1-2, but yeah, he can't beat players and stuff.
So you're telling me Hendo could do a 1-2 round the corner of a left back?
Like, what, you don't think that he could play a pass into a midfielder, make a run and get the 1-2 back? Of course he could do that.
I'm talking about that quick acceleration to pop the ball off, quickly spin, and then receive it back from a quick pass.
I mean, spinning and all that. I thought you just meant he's on the right and he sees a midfielder, plays a 1-2 and then runs onto it. Like, he can do that.
But again, with all due respect to Hendo, name me a left back in the league that Hendo burns for pace.
No, but you wouldn't be burning him for pace in that. It would be using the ball to get round him, innit? Like, that's what that like.
Pace. You still have to have pace to make it happen.
Oh, he's quick enough to do that. Like, he's not like all of a sudden like a snail. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just don't think there's anyone else in our team who can actually play right midfield. Maybe formation wise, we shouldn't even be having that situation. But I don't know.
John said, "What's going on with Mo Salah? Playing out of position and also playing rubbish." Ali Khan says, "I ain't blaming anyone till the owners do their job." I'm 50% there as well. Selection says they was better. We didn't really create like that. Again, no tacking patterns. We just go out wide and cross or hoof it down the wings. Slightly disagree with that only because Firmino's goal, for example, showed that we can play in field through if we've got enough technical players in the middle. Because Jota's passed to Firmino's finishing shows that that wasn't a cross and hoof. But on the whole, I understand where you're coming from, Selection. Jamrock says, nobody forced Jurgen Klopp to play for the winners' money in the Champions League. Jurgen Klopp says it's not fair for travelling fans to come from all over the world to come and watch the same half-baked team. Simple as that. He does actually say words to that effect. Code Command says there is no fix for this. They don't have the legs for intensity. It's a result of lack of investment for 3 years. They ain't getting any younger. Paulina says substitutions did not make any sense. Salah barely had a touch and Hendo was just atrocious. Haaland is rubbing his hands right now. Pep's rubbing his hands right now. Callum says, remember when Paddy Power and Top Red FSG fans told us to just enjoy it? Hope they're enjoying it. Facts. Bajan Barnes says, Mo has been brutal all season. Today, hologram. Yeah. Agreed.
Brutal might be a bit too far, but he's definitely been undercooked, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm starting to think I've maybe been a bit too kind with Salah this season as opposed to not being ruthless enough, to be honest. Football Bloods TV says Liverpool gave them 2 goals. Trent was at fault on both. Diaz is a big miss. Arsenal were playing home. I'm guessing that was. We used to play against Arsenal were playing how we used to play against them. It's a total mess. Bobby did well.
I think it's harsh to everyone keeps saying Trent was at fault for the first goal. I think that's like, I need to see it back, but from what I remember, I think that's again trying to do the whole easy target thing. Like, it was a through ball play between him and Matip. Like, how much really was it his fault?
The fact that he wasn't looking over his shoulder. Just see where Martinelli's running from. He had no idea where Martinelli was.
No, I hear that, but when Van Dijk's doing aura, Tsimikas is out of position, the ball shouldn't even get to the point where Trent's got to do his part as well. So I think it is very easy to just point fingers at Trent in that situation, if I'm being honest. But I'll have to watch the goal back again.
ABB says, Guna here, loved all your content everywhere this week. I don't think you were ruthless with your possession at all. You had us nervous, but didn't take advantage first half. And after the second, we took over. Completely agree with that.
Yeah, that's true. We did have them rattled until they got that equaliser when they got the 2-1. Yeah, that's true.
And I don't want to do the whole like ref thing. And I'm not gonna say it's an excuse, but I think there's a few things like I'll just leave this here, innit? Man was doing that Danny LaRusso things like Crane and all that. Like I don't even know what to even say to that. Like I really don't.
The mad thing is as well.
I just don't know when VAR. So I was gonna say like, it's the drift. Do you know what it is? Whether VAR look at it and can go, you know what? All right, we think it's accidental, or whatever. But bro, it's the fact of it didn't even get checked. Like it never happened. Like we're just supposed to just sit here as Liverpool fans and go, yeah, that never happened. Like we're calm with that. No. That, what are you talking about? Handball? No, that was not. We're just supposed to get on with it. That's the bit that annoys me personally. But yeah.
And the mad thing is as well, if there was absolutely nothing that could have come of it, then like people will try and make arguments like, oh, like he wasn't going to go to anything or whatever. But I'm sure if you go and look back, there were players in the box waiting for the cross. So he's actually stopped the ball from going to a dangerous position as well, where we could have scored from the opportunity. Do you know what I mean? So like you've got to put that on top as well with like, why wasn't it checked? Not even checked, you know? Mad thing. Mad thing.
Yeah, it's mad.
A couple of people are saying their first goal was offside. I don't think it was it? Their first goal wasn't offside, was it?
Remember they done that check, but it looked onside to me. Yeah, it looked onside to me.
I don't think their first one was offside.
That handball though, I just cool.
Bajan Barnes says, speak about the handball. That was crucial. That was a brutal non-call. Facts. TG Rock says this is as bad as Hodgson era. Not gonna go that far.
No, but we are 4 points off relegation now.
I didn't know that.
I saw that still and was like, no, this person's chatting, and then I saw and I was like,
didn't know that.
Yeah, speak.
Wow. Wow, I didn't know that. Football Bloods TV. Football Bloods TV says, can we talk about the handball? Yeah, we just spoke about it, bro. Yeah, not good. Poor officiating all game. Nerd Beat says the gaps in defensive transition are shocking. Facts.
Yeah. 100%.
Bajan Bar says Matip looks so shaky and nervous out there. Facts.
Which is very unlike him as well. Very unlike him. It was completely out of character today.
Shaky.
Zabiri says, do you believe me now? Do you believe Lee now? Hashtag 350. That's obviously in regards to Salah.
Like I said, I'm not going to keep talking about his money. He deserved the money he got. I just told everyone when he gets that money, the scrutiny is going to come with it. And look at it. Mr. Dale Say It Drift says Trent is slowly but closely closing on the Dele Alli route. No way.
No, because Ali literally, no disrespect. And I'll just say this though. Ali kind of like regressed. When I say dramatically, I'm talking like it's not like we've never seen Trent not do anything, you know, since he's been in bad form. It's more about his consistency with his defending. Ali literally like just fell off the face of the earth when in football terms. Like man just wasn't around anymore. Like and to be fair to Ali, and I will say this, in my opinion, it was injuries that robbed him of his career. I think he comes under that bracket of injuries. I know the personality thing that people talk about, fair enough, but I think injuries, bro, because he had one bad knee injury and he lost about 10 yards of pace, bro. And not only that, Spurs played him in like a 4-4-2/4-2-3-1, and it had to be very close to Kane. He had a specific role, and if he's not doing that, like, where do you play him in it? So,
Peterson says an Everton fan just something deaf on us on Twitter for the pen. By the way, I'm not watching Liverpool this season. Fans not going in the streets to get FSG out is the worst part. Yeah, said that for a little while. Fall on deaf ears though. Jada Activist says, I can tell you the issue with our team. We are slow. The midfield is too slow to play the way Klopp wants. We can't press. Arsenal ran us off the pitch.
Yeah, facts. Told you there's no pace in the midfield, man.
Sultan says, devastated about the result. Didn't deserve to lose, in my opinion. Have to praise Nunez. He played well today as much as I love Trent, but he lost his head.
We didn't deserve to lose, I'm being honest. The overall performance, I don't think Arsenal were better than us. Just how it goes, isn't it?
Sultan says, clear pen not given, shake my head. Start Gomez versus City. We need World Cup to start. I'm sick of this BS. Klopp is the one to blame. He cost us the game. To be honest, can't be arsed with this.
I can't believe what I just seen,
What's up?
I'm gonna bring it up in a second. When you say
bring it up
you,
now.
all right, cool. Bring it up now. One sec. I'm just loading it in now, bro. When you see this, just take time before you even speak. Just take time. Everyone take time and breathe.
Oh yeah, they did that on the. Yeah, they did that in the game.
No, but here's the wickedest thing. If we're gonna look at that, and we are actually gonna go and do a full dissection of it. We had an older team yesterday that nearly won it. Our older team last season that nearly won everything. So how much do you really look at that in that regard?
I think what it is though.
Let's chop this up on Monday, boys.
Yeah.
Pimp in Distress says Hez sorts rubbing the wound out of 20 teams in the Prem. We have the 18th oldest starting 11 average. They still need to get the head out of the sand. Bayesian Barnes says Diaz was in a knee brace and crutches after the game.
Yeah. He was.
Doogie says Trent, Mo, Diaz injured. Mo, I don't think Mo was injured. What the F was that game? This is ridiculous. Klopp is regretting the extension. Why are players talking to Arsenal players after as well?
Yeah, that got me mad.
Yeah, we spoke about that still. It's not something I want to see. Can't lie.
Saswat says Salah's got more highlights in his head than on the pitch, and also please talk about light skin Voldemort, aka Fabinho, worst player this season in my opinion.
I can't even argue. Flacco might actually be the worst player this season for real.
Zabiri said, Drifty, I did say Salah is a diva and needed to go.
You did. I still don't think he should go though. Can you imagine the uproar if FSG they let Salah walk away? Like, we can't always just do the hindsight thing, people. Let's keep it a buck. Salah was our best player in the summer, and if FSG had let him go, there would have been an absolute uproar. You know what I mean? Come on, man. What we doing, people? Like, we can't always just keep, you know what I mean? And obviously, Zabiri said he thought he should go. That's fair enough. But if people start jumping on that now because of the bad performances, who weren't thinking like that, then you're just flip-flopping all over the place. Because I know there would have been outroar if Salah had gone. We would have lost our minds if Salah had left. All of us. So, you know what I mean? And I sat here many times being told I was being stupid, saying Salah shouldn't get way more money than everyone else. I remember clear as day the chat, everyone telling me I'm being stupid. Like, he should be getting what he's worth and all that. So you can't just start jumping down his neck now that he's not playing as well. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
Josh says, you prepare to fail, you fail to prepare. The writing has been on the wall for a while. The last great transfer window was 2018, simply unacceptable.
Yeah. That was only because we had the Coutinho money.
NJ says, can we please have an updated player ratings after you'll watch the game back? Just a screen with the ratings, and you'll elaborate on the Monday show from now. I'll be honest.
I ain't watching that game back, though, bro. I ain't watching that game back.
With all due respect, bro. I get what you're saying because obviously we're emotional about it now. But I genuinely, you guys know I like to watch games back. I will not be watching that game back.
I can't watch that back, bro.
Only thing I want to watch is the penalty. I just want to know whether it was a foul or not. That's the only thing I'm going to watch.
It was a pen, but we should have had one as well. Nerdbeats says, We can't ask for change and complain about the change. LFC is not that bad, but we are in limbo between what they were and what we want to be.
I see a lot of sense in that.
I understand that, but one thing I will say is, I think as we are that bad. That's the only thing I'll say.
Mr. Darcy Drift says apparently Diaz is out next 3 to 4 months. No confirmation on that. So
There's no confirmation. I'm constantly checking. Like I'm talking, I've got man on the ground doing the matters. I haven't seen nothing. I haven't heard nothing.
Cam J, I agree with Drift. Salah should play in behind Nunez as he looks lost at the moment. Henderson in a 2 is painful. Hot potato and poor passing forward. Technically inept and at fault for the second goal. I don't think Hendo is at fault for the second goal. From what I remember.
No. That was Thiago, Matip, and Trent that I would say. I think Hendo did quite well to keep Martinelli at bay as long as he did, and then Trent did what he did, and it made his mind up for him. So
yeah. Cam J says Cam J's become a member. Thank you very much, Cam J.
Big up, bro.
Big up.
Selection says Nunez don't know how to stay on side. Probably the only downside of his game today, but I think that will come as he plays more. Taji says Hendo, hot potato football, no composure, no on the ball skill for a mid is criminal. Mo 1v1 is the worst. Criticizing isn't always an agenda drift.
No, the Trent thing's becoming an agenda though, because it always seems to be only look at what he did wrong. I actually disagree with the hot potato thing as well, because I thought in the first half Hendo used the ball well. Maybe there were parts of the game in the second half where we lost control where it got a bit like that. But in the first half, I thought Henderson was using the ball well. So I wouldn't say it was hot potato.
Zabiri says, got to send Nunez some Saison. He's seasoning. He's eating salt and pepper on his chicken. Needs more sauce. If this continues, he'll be on rice and peas with no gravy.
Zabiri, he was good today, bro.
No, he's talking about the service to him.
The service.
Okay. Yeah.
He's saying right now, you man are getting rice and
I get it now.
No salad cream. The man has said you lot aren't getting no salad cream.
No, that's not the one. Still,
Aaron said, "I thought my club was in the mud." Aaron's a Chelsea fan. Be up yourself, Aaron. Mud is mudding at the moment. Monkey King says, "Smash the like for Diaz, man. You'll never walk alone." Yeah, indeed. Big up Diaz, man. I hope it's nothing bad. Fat Santa says, "This is it, lads. End of a cycle has come. Klopp playing these man 50, 60 games a season for 5 years has killed them off. Lack of squad depth meant no rotation over the years and has caught up to them." Facts. KC says, "What are the rules? Merch coming soon?" I doubt it. Saswat says, "Nunez was caught offside 6 times. We are celebrating here mediocrity."
Come on, man. Being caught offside is part of the game as a striker.
Not 6 times, not six times. Getting caught offside 6 times is as bad as a striker. You should be able to look along your line. Not one.
It isn't. Yeah, it isn't good. But I mean, come on, man. Like the guy is still settling as well. Let's not start. When he's had a good game, let's not pick. I think that's being petty to find reason to have a problem. Personally, it's not good. I know it's not good. But after him having a good game and scoring a goal, if you still want us to be like poking holes of what he did, me personally, I find that petty. But
that's not poking holes. That's a fact. He was offside, caught offside 6 times.
Yeah. But strikers are offside all the time. I'm just saying, if he starts doing it week in, week out all the time, then I'll be like, all right, yeah, maybe this is becoming a habit. But in one game, I'm just saying, let's not get petty about it. But
Pete Alice says, "Put Flacco in the negative." We have no negatives, and I hope not to have to put anyone in the negative ever on this, to be fair. Gary says, "Is it time for FSG out? Top Reds are terrible fans that accept mediocrity." FSG would never be out because you've got too many fans who support them and you've got too many people who won't call them out. It is what it is. We're stuck with these lot. Mr. Darcy Drift says 442 Diamond, Becca, Joe, Ibu, VVD, Andy, Hendo, Thiago, Trent, Firmino, Mo, and Darwin. I really don't want to see Trent in midfield. Just don't.
We might not even see Trent. We gotta hope he's even all right.
Eaton says, I don't like 4-2-4. I would go back to 4-3-3, get Canate in with pace and go again. I don't want 4-3-3 either, to be honest. I just don't want to watch Liverpool at the moment.
One thing I noticed though, in the second half, we lost a lot of control and we couldn't even gain it back. It's kind of mad still that we asked for the formation change, and rightly so, by the way. It's just that we couldn't even wrestle possession back in the second half. Like we couldn't get no control. It's such a complete contrast. But then I look at it and think, yeah, but Klopp just had to do that change though, innit? Them 2 changes for me, Henderson and Elliott doing up wing. But yeah, we move.
Zabiri said last week Klopp hit us with 2 Celine Dion, think twice, and it's all coming back. Today we went full R. If I can turn back the hands of time with Hendo right midfield, facts. Shout out to El Rodri for your super sticker, much appreciated. Selection says, can you guys touch on Klopp / Pep not knowing how to coach attacking patterns that aren't crosses down the wing? Klopp is so meaty as a tactician. I don't think he's meaty as a tactician, but I definitely agree with the first bit. It's a Monday show, though. Monday show is going to be a tough one. Gabriel says, I hate to use the word, but it looks like we need to rebuild. This team is a shadow of its former self. And without recruitment, I can see us going through many more days like this. Smash the like for Kopish, guys. This is therapy for us. Big up yourself, Gabriel.
Big up, Gabriel.
Big up, bro. Big up, man.
The only Gabriel I like after hearing all the different Gabriels that are playing today as well.
Yeah.
Jose says the only good thing was Thiago today. Sorry, the only good year Thiago. I'm gonna go. The only good Thiago.
I think he means the only good thing maybe today is Darwin and Bobby scoring.
Then all was wasteful. Hendo can't start on the team anymore, and it's time to put Trent as a right midfielder. Villain says, look at City spend Arsenal and Newcastle have made. It's a no-brainer that we are paying the price because we didn't pay the price. Facts. Liverpool 12 man says, stop. It sounded like the Matrix switch, not like this. Just saying, breathe. We thrive on being underdogs. We're not underdogs, bro. We're just a weak fighter getting our asses kicked at the moment. We're not even the underdog.
No,
we're the underbelly at the moment. John says City next week. What are we thinking? Bloodbath. Yeah, I might not be available for next week. Sultan says that GM challenge on that Gabriel Martinelli challenge on Trent. I've seen them given red. I'll be honest, that for me, there wasn't even a card needed for that. That was just
no. But you know what? He's 100% right. I have actually seen players get called. It was a follow through and be sent off. I think Son got sent off for Tottenham for something like that. Where didn't an Aston Villa defender get sent off for clearing the ball but going through the clearance and still connecting with?
He got overturned. That's my point. Just because a red card
did it get overturned? Yeah.
Just because a red card or something was given in a situation like that doesn't mean that's the thing you should do. That for me was never like he.
I don't think it was. Yeah, Everton against Son. Yeah, I've seen it happen a few times. Maybe that one got overturned, but I've seen a few times and it hasn't. You know, West Ham, Chelsea. I think I remember that one. Yeah, seen a good few times where somebody's gone through and really hit the guy, and regardless of whatever, he's been sent off. So
he didn't go through him though. He just crossed the ball and landed on his foot. Where Trent,
I've seen players clear the ball, like literally the ball's completely gone out, brilliant clearance, and landed on the player's ankle or whatever and been sent off. I have seen it, bro. I have seen it. I don't think Martin should have been sent off, but I have seen it on more than one occasion.
Ash said these guys have got the bag and lost the intensity. Going to be painful year. Let's stick together, boys. Going to be big changes and reset coming. FSG need to finally back Klopp, and Klopp finally has to get the knife out. We'll see. There's no evidence of two of those things happening. Peterson says a Everton fan was calling out the ref on Twitter. The ref was stinky today, man.
No, but that's admirable. Bloody hell. Everton backing us. Mad thing.
Jade Activist says they're saying Salah got that Abu check. Mr. Sinclair says Klopp on 4 occasions has spoken on, been told what can or can't be done over the last 4 years. The real question is, do we listen? There's receipts.
Sorry, guys, I can hear like it keeps sounding like someone's banging their mic. I don't know if it's you guys or if it's just an interference, but it sounds like something keeps banging the mic.
I'm not sure.
No, not me. I don't know what it is.
James, guys, if we play 4-2-3-1, why does Trent need to go so high when there are 4 attackers? Also, Klopp made strange subs taking off Salah and Jota when we need a goal. Also, we definitely should have got a penalty. Agreed. Timmy says, crap from Klopp and the players this season. How did 14 survive 90 minutes? And those who love FSG, the bad investment will continue with them here. Yeah, agreed. Mr. Dare I Say It Drift says, remember when I said Mo would be like this till Jan? Do you remember?
I actually see a lot of familiarity between what's happening to him and Mane. It's even at the exact same stage of his Liverpool career as well. So I don't know. That's quite interesting.
Sean says our staff laughed at other teams on transfer deadline day. Yeah.
Did they?
Not the one just gone, but in past windows. That's why they say they don't want to do anything on the last day, because they just laugh at other clubs running around in it, because we're so prepared apparently. Remember, we planned 3 years in advance, but we're 4 years behind everyone else. It's mad. Cali man says, big up you, man, always showing up. At this point, I'm not even angry. I'm just sad, about to lie in the dark, put on some jagged edge and close my eyes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I hear it. Cam J says, watch the second goal back. Martinelli ran past Hendo and Trent came across. Instead of stopping to block the cut back, man kept on running, kept Saka on. Yeah, I genuinely don't know what Trent was doing there.
Yeah, Trent. Yeah, I can't lie.
Star Dazin says, Mo needs to be dropped. I'd rather Jota right wing for now. Can't drop Salah now that Diaz is injured.
Yeah, I was going to say, Diaz out, bro.
It's mad that we got cussed out by a lot of fans because we were being too greedy, wanting a winger in the summer. Madness. I wonder if we'll see those same fans pop up in the comments and say, oh, we were wrong. You guys were right. Nah. Crazy, huh? Shout out to Matthew for a super chat. H says, LFC are actually Tony Ferguson right now. Oh,
fucking
flip it now, bro.
Selection says, I think it's imperative so we get actual tactical players in midfield. If Klopp wants to continue with 4-4-2 or 4-2-3-1, we have no fit midfielders on Thiago's level intellectually in midfield. I feel sorry for him at times.
Yeah, I agree with that. He needs to be playing with proper strength, pacey type of guys.
Ash says, Darwin been offside 6 times in the Premier season, not in today's game. That stat is wrong. Darwin and Jota, Bobby, only positives for me today. Fair enough if that is.
I had a feeling that it seemed a little bit over the top.
I was thinking 6 times. I was thinking, was it?
But I didn't want to argue it because I didn't know facts. But thanks for clearing that up, because that did sound a bit over the top, to be honest.
Peterson says, Drift, check your DM. Now they did draw the line.
Okay. Oh, what you mean? So Martinelli in the end actually was offside, but VAR didn't.
Martinelli, I think it might have been someone else in the build-up or something.
Well, it doesn't surprise me. They didn't even go to VAR to look for our penalty, so why are they going to draw lines? Well, their man are just looking and be like, yeah, he looks all right. Yeah, give the goal.
John II said, we need fresh ideas, fresh plans, and actual tactics in game management. End of season, Jurgen Klopp and Pep need to pack their bags respectfully.
Right, John's on them vibes, yeah. Ross Clark. All right, make sure you smash that like button, man. We've had well over 1,500 in the stream for the majority of the time. Nearly 2,000 at one point. Come on, guys, smash the like button. We're only on 400 and something, man. Even if you're a hater, smash the like button, man.
Andy says, support the family and Indonesia fans. Rest in peace. Yeah, support to those unfortunately lost their lives and their families and friends and relatives. BC says, how did this team win 9-0 and Bournemouth are above us? Crazy, huh? Sultan says, did you see Nunez versus Chelsea? But apparently not good. No, I've not seen it, but Klopp didn't want him. Not much we can do if the manager doesn't want a player. I mean, anything else you guys want to discuss?
Yeah. We're in the mud.
It's actually mad, isn't it? Because I think the thing is, people looked at me sideways when I was saying that we're going to be 17 points off the top. Because I think deep down, a few people thought we would beat Arsenal. I always knew we wouldn't. Watching the game does feel different. The game went a lot better than I thought it would. But I knew we were going to lose the game. We are 100% going to lose to City. That's not me being negative. I don't care if it's at Anfield. Anfield has made zero difference this season. So we're going to lose to Man City. And then I think we have to really look at the situation and think to ourselves, we're not getting top 4. I don't think I'm being over the top when I say there's no way you can be that far. In fact, let me just actually check what the top 4 situation is looking like currently before I actually finish.
4 points off top 4 with a game in hand, I believe. But our game in hand.
That game in hand against Chelsea, so we'll lose that game. So, all right, so looking at the table now, Arsenal are top with 24 points. City's got 23. Tottenham's got 20. They've all played 9. Then Chelsea, obviously, because that's our game in hand, they're on 16 now. So they're 6 points ahead of us. And they also have the game against us. So we don't have a game in hand on them. And they're the ones that are in thingy. So we're 6 points off. But the way things are going, doubt we'll win that game at Stamford Bridge against them. Like, very much doubt that. Man U are also winning at the moment, 2-1. And I think that would mean I'm not sure if they're already giving them the points based on them winning or not, but they're on 15. So if that's based on them winning, fair enough. But if that's 15 and then if they win, they get 3 more, then obviously they would be in the top 4. So I'm not quite sure, but it might be that's 15 points based on the fact that they're winning. If you look at the situation, you look at the fact that we're actually hold on, where are we actually in the table? We're 10th on 10 points. We've actually drawn 2 and lost 1 of our last 3 games, which is pathetic for Liverpool. And that's going to be drawn 2, lost 2 after the Man City game. If Chelsea win their next game, who's Chelsea's next game actually against? Chelsea's next game is Aston Villa away. I mean, that could be tricky. Chances are they'll win that, though. Aston Villa ain't exactly good at the moment. And Man United have Newcastle at home. That could be a bit sticky. So chances are by the time we lose to Man City, we're going to be anywhere between 6 to 9 points off of top 4. Now, if I genuinely asked you lot, let's just go with the worst case scenario. Chelsea do win against Aston Villa, which is definitely possible in it. I think we're all in agreement. The way Aston Villa are playing, Chelsea will most probably beat Aston Villa. 9 points off 4th, 17 points off top 4.
Off top, you mean? It's a Monday
top.
Say we chop this up on Monday. In the spirit of being fair, obviously when we beat an Arsenal, I obviously got onto certain people, and we did agree on Thursday that if win, lose or draw, someone would get some time to come in here, letting you know you literally have 2 minutes from when you jump on the stream, and I'll be timing it literally to the second. And you know it's all love, bro, but as soon as it hits 2 minutes, I'm just going to cut you off, bro. So without any further ado, Guna Lee, starting your 2 minutes now. There's an apple juice as well.
The good stuff, brother. The good stuff. Woo, boy. What are we saying? Where's the party up in there, man? What's going on? What? You know what? Life is good, you know. Life is good. Life is good. Listen, where's the glasses at, man?
I'm drinking water today. I don't need a glass.
Boy, you know, all I got to say is, man, rest in peace, Liverpool, bro. You, man, are done. You, man, are finished. Listen, it was nice knowing you. And you know what? I feel sorry for Liverpool because in the 4 or 5 years, it is sad. It is sad because you only won 1 Premier League, but and the Champions League. And look, give props to that. But listen, man, You lot are done for, man. You lot are done for. It's nice to see the demise, man. It's been
1 minute remaining.
It's been televised. It ain't easy, man. It ain't be easy, man. Look, listen, I just want to raise a glass to Liverpool, man, because those 3 points were they were beautiful. They were beautiful, man, and it was nice. It was nice knowing you. Look, Darwin scored, so the agenda can't be as full and I would say as bright as I'd like it to be. But listen, it's funny that your connection looks like it's been glitching right now, boy. I don't know, like what's going on. Talk to me, Matt, man. We good.
Yeah, I'll phone you still while we're live, innit? My connection's moving a bit mad. My connection's moving mad still, bro.
Yeah.
Like, there's not enough time, innit?
No. I can hear you though. I can hear you.
I know you can hear me. I know you can hear me.
I want to say something though, yeah, about the handball. Yeah, because all jokes aside, I want to say something about the handball. Just one thing about the handball. Yeah. Genuinely speaking, I'll read it from this is from the Premier League website. Yeah, this is from the Premier League website.
Go on.
Player whose hand or arm makes contact with the ball to where the ball was struck from will still be an important consideration for officials when making a decision to award handball or not. It's not a handball, guys. Please not. Let's not do this. You've been scoring 5 goals, 6 goals. It wasn't a handball, guys. It wasn't.
Do you know what it is? One thing I don't want to do is make it seem like we lost because of a handball. I'm not even going to do that myself. But one thing I will say is, though,
it was a handball, Lee.
That literally was given twice last weekend.
You know, if that's against you, you're sitting there going, if that's against you,
when Mane's been massive, putting our players under pressure, chopping our players' legs off, heads off, and no red cards, no yellow cards.
Congratulations on the win, Lee.
You done well though. You done well. No, I give it that. You done well still.
You enjoy apple juice, and we'll catch up soon.
I said the good stuff. The good stuff.
Yeah, you enjoy.
Peace out, brother.
People.
There you go. We kept our word.
We did. Let's keep our word. And I can see him laughing in the background as well. I'm gonna call you tomorrow, bro.
Arsenal better make sure they make top 4, boy.
Arsenal better make sure they never lose to Liverpool again.
Bro, they better win the league.
They're not doing that.
No.
H says the ball watching out of possession is nuts. No one aware of their surroundings. Facts. Vern says feels like we was winning the race, but stopped to flex in front of the mirror, and now we're behind, being bypassed by our rivals. Fact.
Hey, that is actually a very good analogy.
No, it really does. You know, it does.
And you know them gym man like to look in the mirror. Hella selfies in the mirror.
I used to be one of them still. I'm
not gonna lie, I've always been a bit confused by the mirror flex selfie.
I used to be one of them. No. Man's just got to see the progress. You got to be, I see a bit of progress in it. But
you can see the progress by looking with your eyes. What's the phone?
No. You need to take a picture to go, that used to be me. And now you're like, raw. Now that's me.
Peterson says sorry, but Buvac would have a solution. Pep Linda's so bad. No comment.
Pep's probably solution is right.
I still find it a little bit disingenuous to forget how well we played in the first half and the fact that individuals let Klopp down today, not the tactics or the way Klopp tried to get us to play. I think it's very easy because we're annoyed at the 4-3-3 stuff Klopp's done earlier in the season to disregard the fact that other than that terrible start, like Matt said, no, we can say we started well because they scored within a minute. I keep
saying that, yeah.
But within 10 minutes and we got our shit together, we absolutely controlled the first half, got the equaliser. We're definitely on the ascendancy. And Arsenal fans even coming with the super chat that said, as an Arsenal fan, I could say in the first half, I thought you were going to punish us because you did take control. And then we've had that slip up and they've gone in 2-1. They didn't deserve to be 2-1. They're not going to care about semantics. They won the game. But I'm saying, as Liverpool fans, though, try your hardest to not just go over the top and assess things. That 4-2-3-1 that Klopp was playing, if you take out the individual poor performances, it was good. The tactics were okay. We were playing well. Diaz is injured, massively messes everything up. Poor performances from Tsimikas, Matip, Trent. Klopp can't negate for that. Like, how are you going to blame Klopp for how poor they played as individuals? Do you know what I'm saying? And then that's what I'm saying. I'm only blaming Klopp for the last 20, 25 minutes when the substitutions were all over the place. Up until that point, I think it's very disingenuous to act like what Klopp did wasn't working. You can't, like, how can you, like, the individual performances were bad. They were, like, I don't know, man. I'm not going to keep going on about it.
So, Barry, at what stage will you pull the plug on Klopp, or does he deserve to bounce back from 10th this season? He doesn't deserve a throwaway season.
Do you know what, Sabiri? With all due respect, that's another thing I feel like for me to give a full answer,
We have to do a show.
I need to check Monday. Yeah, even Monday or like, but yeah, because there's a lot that's a loaded question, bro. Because everyone's got contrasting views on Klopp because things are bad. However, I just want to think about it properly because I'm angry. I don't just want to say something and then look back and go, "Oh, I shouldn't have said that." That's why I say, like, I'd rather give you an honest answer Monday, bro. If that. So remind me on Monday, bro. Like, Zabiri, bro. Remind me. Not even a super chat, bro. Just remind me. It was tomorrow.
All about
even. Yes, tomorrow's Monday.
concentration. All about concentration. Scored in the first minute and the last minute of the half.
Remind me
and then got a penalty that they didn't really deserve. It's about moments, isn't it? They won't care, but I'm not going to get carried away in terms of my anger towards the situation.
Sultan says this form is worse than the 2020 season. 5-2-3 is the way.
I don't know, man. From like the end of January to March in that season, it was hopeless. I don't know if I'd go that far. We lost 6 games in a row at Anfield. I wouldn't go as far. It's nowhere near that bad. Not in my opinion, anyway.
Ash says, imagine being a club formed in 1886 when guys rode horses and had feathers for pens, and you never won a big ears European Cup. Stay humbly. Yeah, we know this.
Can I just point out a quick question as well to the people in the comments? I'm not going to say it to you lot because you lot weren't part of this, but I remember Klopp out during that 2020 season, and people said he's done and rare. And at that point, I think he was 5 years in. And people was trying to make something about after 5 years, Klopp loses it and all this stuff. And everyone said he was done and rare. Did Klopp turn that around? I think he massively turned that around because if I'm not mistaken, we still got top 4. And then he went on to create a team that nearly won a quadruple and got the closest it's ever been done in history. So I just want all the people who were like, because I fully remember that Klopp out stuff that started around that time as well. I do. I don't know if you lot remember, but I think it was around maybe our 5th loss at Anfield, and then I remember all the Klopp out and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to say, did he not turn it around then?
He did. Players are a lot older now, though.
He did. Yeah, the situation is different. The
Have
mileage
faith,
is
though.
crazy.
Have faith in it.
Mileage is mad. I hear you, though. Mileage is mad.
Paulinho says, I'm quoting Castillo to say, big man thing, yeah. It's not looking good, bruv.
I've got his voice in my head. That's why that was so funny as well.
It's not looking good, bruv.
It's not looking good, bruv.
Pimp in Distress says, don't get me wrong, terrible today. That too many people got first-class degree in hindsight. Show as much intelligence as a keyboard warrior. Pathetic. Yeah, there are some keyboard warriors about.
I've got that voice in my head now, but it's not going to go away now.
Imagine if Jurgen Klopp said tomorrow winning isn't a priority. If he's, well...
No, he's not going to say that. There's no way he'll say that. There's no way he'll say that.
M. Sinclair says, going after Klopp solely is very short-sighted. The next guy will need to pull rabbits out again. Good luck. That's the hat. The hats, that's the model. Agreed.
Exactly.
Sultan says Klopp needs to put a Jose on FSG or Conte enough.
No, I don't want him to do that. I don't want dirty laundry getting aired out and that.
Mario says we were on par with City in having a winning mentality, champions mentality. Now look at us. It's all down to coaching and lack of belief in themselves.
Matt is a very big advocate for confidence. It's very low at the moment. Very low.
We ain't got none. That's the honest truth. And you can see it seeping out of Klopp's face. You know what's so mad? When we scored and equalized, I saw like his demeanor fully change. And at the end of full time, when like you go to shake the ref hands or whatever, Klopp looked so defeated to the point where I think, raw. I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do from here, bro. I'm gonna be real. Like he's searching for answers, and I'm worried again. And I'll stress it one more time, and we'll chop it up tomorrow. But I'm worried that he's even thinking to himself, "Do I still have the answers?" That's not me having a go at Klopp, but his demeanor looks like he's hurting, and rightly so. But I think it's the struggle of, can I get them? Can we get back to where we was? Can I get back? That's what I think he looks like he's doing.
Javed says Salah is not terrorizing left backs anymore. Their reserve right back played on the left and shut him down. Boys, is our main man starting at the start of a decline or just badly out of form?
That's a loaded question again. I think there's many things. Him, different tactics and out of form for Salah.
Peterson says Goldbridge just called out the ref for the pen. Yeah, we all know the ref had a smelly game.
Yeah, 100%.
Selection says Drifty, you love talk about context. Klopp has had time to turn things around, and the clubs we view as competition weren't in an upward trajectory.
Yeah, of course. That context has, but we can't look at other people if we're going to make a decision about our own manager, though, bro. What? So because clubs are closing in on us in terms of how good they are, we're going to get rid of Klopp because of that? Because then who do we bring in?
We do have Drift. We have to look at other clubs. We judge our owners based on what other clubs do. We have to look.
No, but we can't look at other clubs in terms of making a decision on what we do with our manager. Like if we, so we're good. So because the clubs weren't doing as well then as they are now, it was okay for Klopp to be given time to turn it around. But now that clubs are doing better, Klopp shouldn't be given time to turn it around. Is that the narrative that kind of is going with?
I don't think that was a narrative. I just think that you have to look at the teams that weren't competition that are now competition, and the fact that we've stagnated on and off the field.
Like, if people want Klopp out, that's
never said Klopp out, Drift.
I'm not talking about you, bro. I'm saying
No,
if people want Klopp out,
I said that comment never said Klopp out.
No, but I've seen tons of Klopp outs. I'm saying, look, if people don't want to give him time, then I mean, I'll give him time.
H said Jurgen Klopp's coaching stubbornness and shielding FSG is tarnishing his legacy, unfortunately. Mario says we need 6 players to fix this. Gonna have to get rid of a lot of people. Oh wow, I'm seeing some Hendo stuff. If that's true, which I doubt it is.
I doubt it is. I'm searching for it now, Carl, and as I keep talking about, I haven't seen nothing credential. It's just I haven't seen nothing credential whatsoever, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, we are going to wrap up here. People, if you haven't already, please do smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
Let me just check how many likes are on, boys, because it's a little bit mad that people aren't smashing that like button. Only 570. Come on, guys. There's literally 1,400 of you in here right now. Let's get this up to 1,000 before you lot leave, man. Come on. Even if you're in here for a laugh, at least smash the like button on the way out. You got what, an hour and a half, 2 hours of entertainment in it. Smash the like button on the way out, man.
Sultan says we won't get Jude. I see them getting someone like Dewsbury Hall. Yeah, maybe.
Jude ain't coming. Come on, man. Give up on that dream. Let's not even talk about Bellingham anymore. It's weird. It's an obsession with a player we ain't even actually been like legitimately linked with either.
Guys, views review. If you could send them in, I'm sure a lot of you will have a lot to say. Judging by the comments and the amount of people we've had watching. So send your views review in. teamkopish@gmail.com. Please do send your videos in landscape and keep it to around 90 seconds for what you have to say, please, people. We are going to be back tomorrow. So, yeah, a lot to talk about tomorrow. So make sure you keep an eye on the socials to see what time we'll be going live, etc. And yeah, Liverpool lose to Arsenal Football Club and the languishing in mid-table. Till we see you tomorrow, people. Stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kopish and we're out, people. Take care.
Layers.